Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and this is a special episode of my new talk show, Wasteland Talks, and this is featuring the annual Wasteland Reviewer Awards. And this is the 2021 film edition, so all films from 2021 are up for these awards, and I've been doing this for quite a few years now. I have streamlined it a bit, I trimmed down some of the awards, but hopefully you enjoy as I go through some of these. But we're going to start from the bottom up, leading up to the big awards in terms of, the overall films. But we have costume design, and the nominees for costumes for this year's Wasteland Reviewer Awards would be Dune, West Side Story, The Green Knight, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and the winner, Spencer. Like, the whole entire film, it's narratively important that these dresses that Princess Diana go through, and it's just immaculate, the costume design in that film. So that one definitely earned it. Moving on to production design, and we have The French Dispatch, Dune, West Side Story, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and the winner, The Green Knight. And I watched a little bit of a behind-the-scenes documentary of them going through and trying to find the locations for this film, and it's just strikingly beautiful, so well put together, and evoking exactly what it needs to. There's some close ones, like really close to picking Dune or The French Dispatch or Tragedy of Macbeth or even West Side Story, but it was The Green Knight, and might be hearing more of that. Next up is editing, and we have Dune, Tick Tick Boom, The Last Duel, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and the winner, The Father. And how they use the editing in this film to flow this fluid narrative of going inside the mind of a man who's dealing with dementia was so impeccable. And this would not have worked if it wasn't for the pitch-perfect editing in this film. It definitely earned it. Visual effects, Eternals, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, The Suicide Squad, The Green Knight, and the winner, Dune. It's just unbelievable how photorealistic every single bit of special effects is in this film. It's impeccable, it's unbelievable, it's epic in scale and grandiose in every way possible, and just awe-inspiring. Those giant worms. There you go, that's enough. Score. So we have Alexandre Desplat for The French Dispatch, Alberto Iglesias for Parallel Mothers, Daniel Hart for The Green Knight, Johnny Greenwood for Spencer, and our winner Hans Zimmer for Dune. The atmospheric feeling that the score in this film creates, along with all of the sound design, is impeccable and unnerving and creepy and emotionally resonant. It just works on so many different levels. Cinematography. We have Greg Fraser for Dune, Bruno Del Bono for The Tragedy of Macbeth, Claire Mathen for Spencer, Ari Wegner for Power of the Dog, and the winner, Andrew Draz Palermo for The Green Knight. This is an absolutely gorgeous film with such crisp and inspired use of camera, and just the feel of it, the atmosphere and the different tints of lighting and color throughout the film, it just sparks. Screenplay, which I combined them. There's only one screenplay award. We have Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. We have Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and their screenwriting partner who brought together The Last Duel. We have Edson Oda for 9 Days, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, and winner Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. The humor, the characters, the depth, the emotion, just everything, the love of film that this film conveys in the story that Branagh brings to life is just so amazing and wonderful. I couldn't help but love every second of it. Director. We have Denis Villeneuve for Dune, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, And the winner, David Lowery for The Green Knight. This is such an impeccably created film. It is amazing. It's a visual treat. And just something so special about this film. And you could probably tell by how many of the awards it won for me for this year. But The Green Knight's something special. And what David Lowery brought to it in creating the atmosphere and the world in it and the emotions and the performances he gets out of his actors is something truly remarkable. Now we're getting into the acting awards. We have Best Supporting Actress. We have Ariana DeBose and Rita Moreno, both for West Side Story. Alicia Vikander for The Green Knight. Catherine Hunter for The Tragedy of Macbeth. And the winner, Katrina Balfe for Belfast. And every second she was on screen, she grabbed my attention. The emotion, the unbelievable connection she has with Jamie Dornan, who we'll talk about in a second, as he's singing to her and she's dancing and just having that connection. She was, from the second I saw that film, I just wanted to see more of her in other movies. Best Supporting Actor. Both Jamie Dornan and Ciarán Hinds for Belfast. Cody Fee for The Power of the Dog. Bradley Cooper for Licorice Pizza. And the winner, Troy Kotsur for Coda. He is hilarious. He has plenty of emotional depth. And what he's able to do in this film in terms of the connections he has with his on-screen daughter, his on-screen wife, and his on-screen son is something truly remarkable and inspiring, and he was extremely moving. Best Actress. Nominees, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Elena Haim for Licorice Pizza, Virginie Efira for Benedetta, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, and winner Kristen Stewart for Spencer. From every tiny little physical choice, little acting choice, the way that she ran, the way that she talked, the way that she lashed out, every single movement and every single word felt like it was a fully realized creation from Kristen Stewart, and it was something unbelievable. And I think the second I saw Spencer, I'm like, she's winning this one this year. Best Actor, Adam Driver for Annette. Hidetoshi Nishijima for Drive My Car. Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. Benedict Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog. And Anthony Hopkins, our winner for The Father, which came out in 2021. I don't care what the Oscars did. I'm talking about 2021 films, and Anthony Hopkins deserved that Oscar that he did win, and he would win it for this competition too, because there is just something remarkable. This powerhouse, committed performance that hits you on so many different levels and such deeply resonant emotions. Next, we have our 4 film-related categories. First off, we have documentary film. We have The Reason I Jump, Val, Truman and Tennessee, An Intimate Conversation, Summer of Soul, and winner, Flea. And we're going to be talking about Flea a little bit more, but this is such an inspired, engrossing, and incredibly ambitious film that's able to capture a true story in such a poignant way with its animation, which is so interesting. Perfect segue. So, Best Animated Film, Raya and the Last Dragon, Crypto Zoo, Encanto, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, and our double winner, Flea. Just, this is such a special film and hit me very hard and resonated with me so deeply, it just had to have it. I did not include it. Maybe by accident I didn't include it in international film as well, but it definitely could have been included. But we have Sweat, Parallel Mothers, I'm Your Man, Drive My Car, and this one was nominated for this past year's Oscars. Quo Vadis Ada wins my international film of 2021. This is an impactful, deeply emotional and intense film about the atrocities of war and the deepest, darkest annals of humanity. and this is a film worth checking out and definitely grabbed my top spot for international film. And then finally, Best Picture, which I have 5 nominees like everything else. We have 9 Days, The Tragedy of Macbeth, Spencer, The Power of the Dog, and for me, the film that hit me so hard on so many levels, Belfast. So Best Picture for the Wasteland Reviewer Awards for 2021 is Belfast, a film that loves film as much as I do, for such a deeply personal and resonant film that is beautiful and impeccably acted with an incredible ensemble and a moving and endearing and funny and intense and poignant and just incredibly moving and important script from Kenneth Branagh, who brings so much life to the film through his direction as well. And Belfast hit on a whole different level for me. So it was a very special film for me. Big winners this year, really, The Green Knight. Won quite a few of them this year, but I think this is a very interesting year in film. Could probably say that about every year, but I think especially this year with definitely an interesting combo win from animated and documentary. But in the end, Belfast is the big winner, the big prize, and I just, was smitten with that film and so many other films this year. I hope you enjoy listening to some of these nominees. Obviously, this is fully my thoughts and opinions. This had no influence from anybody else. But if you want to comment and discuss your top picks for those different categories, put the comments below and engage with me talking about some of the best and brightest films of 2021. But those are my thoughts here on the Wasteland Reviewer Awards for 2021 on this edition of Wasteland Talks. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.